that point. But I do want to talk about Roman. He is back. The man has sold $1 million worth of merchandise the first night he came back. A lot of that was the special edition championship belt that they released for him. That's a lot of money, right? I want to ask you guys, where do you, on your personal list, where do you put Roman Reigns in terms of modern day talent?
Dylan. So he's my top 5, 1 through 5. But when you say top talent, you mean just everything, just his wrestling, everything. His mic. And I mean, unless you're kind of a Roman hater, or not even going to say a Roman hater, unless you probably have Cody up there with him, Roman has to be 1, and then maybe arguably 2, just over these last several years. It has to be Roman, number 1. At least for me.
Oh yeah, Roman's been the guy for a number of years, man. He has an incredible aura. I love everything about Roman, man. Just a real guy, especially his heel run just was undeniable. That's what a top guy looks like and he should feel like, wrestle like. I think he's, great. I don't know. Somebody else on this podcast said he was the worst main event wrestler in history. But he ain't that either, man. He's great in every regard. So like number 1 is for me, and of course, Cody is my guy, regardless of whatever list that anybody else will put him on. He's like my guy, somebody I particularly follow. And in a lot of ways, I've said it even on this podcast, like his level of stardom and star that he's at right now, even as a fan of his, I didn't see him being like the number 2 guy in all of wrestling. Not like this, like, right. I didn't imagine like, people singing knowing the words to his theme song and, hitting all the hits. And I didn't imagine him being this big. I couldn't look, I was a big Cody fan 5 years ago, right? I would never think that Cody Rhodes would be so over with the entire wrestling audience. And this is one of the things, and we can talk about another time, like where he ranks in comparison to John Cena on like the all times list for not all times for list, right? But there's some speculation that Cody's actually selling better than John Cena was right now. And in a lot of ways, that might be interesting. Yeah, but that's interesting to say because, when John Cena's, he was hot, right? I still give it to John right now because John was doing it longer, right? Cody has like a 2-year run so far. And John was doing it for a very long time. But, John had women and children, right? He was very, very polarized. And a lot of the hardcore fans and the dudes didn't like him, right? But Cody has the women, he has the kids, and he has a good portion of the hardcore audience. Who would have thought that he would be able to change the course of WrestleMania? Like, right? Like his popularity would force WWE to say, hey, let's put a pause on arguably the greatest wrestler or at least personality of all time in The Rock. Like, hey, let's put a pause on that storyline. We got to finish Cody's storyline, right? So you can't deny what he's been doing. But for me, it's like Roman, it's Cody. Whoever's number 3, honestly, like will be like, it's way down the list, right? It's like it's Roman up there. I'll still put like, if you want to talk about levels, I still think there's like Cody's a couple levels down from where Roman is. And again, it's from longevity, right? Roman's been doing this for 5 years. He's been hot, right? And I think he's going to have another nice run. I think the only thing that's going to take away from Roman's run in the future is he's just not availability. He's not going to be around as much. He's going to be more of an attraction. You're going to see Cody every week, right? That's what he wants to do, like, right? Because they're similar ages, but Cody want to be out there every week. So you're going to see him every week. You're going to see what he's going to do with it. And can he continue to be as high as he was? But I think you got Roman, you got Cody, and it's everybody else.
Agreed. Yeah, I don't know anybody who is even close to them. And